Hello again, everyone. Mark Hack, Macomb County Executive. John Paul Rapp, one of our deputy executives here in Macomb County. Just give you a couple quick updates. Trying to walk you through the cases. We do this each and every time. So right now, 876 cases that are known, but you know what? I believe there's probably more out there than are actually registered. But with that being said, 35 deaths. We're up to 35 deaths here in Macomb County. That's the number that we're most concerned about on a regular basis. And we know it's only going to get higher in a short period of time.
Yeah, Mark, not only in working with our health department, Bill Iredell and Dr. Lokar, obviously with the epidemiology team, these numbers are going to grow exponentially over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be alarming every single day when we see them, but I think the most important thing is we're going to get the information out there, not only using our community dashboard, but also any other support services that we get out to the community, all through MacombGov.org.
Yeah, and I see it on your iPad here as I'm looking the information we have, MacombGov.org. When you click on it, I tell you the most interesting thing is you can look at what's called this heat map. And people are wondering what this heat map is all about. I tell you, from my law enforcement perspective, that's for first responders. Basically, so they know that they're in areas that we already see the community spread, and it's only getting worse in certain areas. So it's not to alarm people, it's to warn them and give them information. So whether you live in those areas, take a look at that, and you can make a determination or see that it is starting to spread throughout the county. City of Detroit is without question the epicenter here in Michigan, but that community spread is continuing, and we know it's going to cover Macomb County. In fact, they moved back the actual target date that they're talking about where we're going to get to a peak was April 8th. I mentioned this over the last couple of updates, that we don't believe that that's really going to be the date. It's going to be moved back a little bit further. April 11th is now the date that they're talking about as being the peak date. So that being said, what does that mean? The big problem with that is that's where they're going to say we've got an incredible amount of people that here not only catch this disease, but are going to die as a result of it. So it's coming. That day is coming. Again, trying to get people to realize social distancing is so important.
Yeah, Mark, the social distancing, the personal responsibility, statewide nearly 6,500 cases, again, and 184 deaths. All these elements that have been put in place by the governor's office, obviously the proactive approach our health department has been taking through emergency operation centers to get people to realize that the more that you can stay home and stay safe, the more information we can get out to the business community with regards to self-screening, and then also that personal responsibility with regards to taking your temperature and tracing the symptoms is going to be absolutely essential to ensuring that this virus doesn't spread as much as individuals think and believe it could.
Yeah, stay in touch, but at a distance. And what do we mean by that? When I say stay in touch, right now, people are closed in, and it's unfortunate. What you're finding out is, you know what, it's starting to get a little uncomfortable. People want to get out and about, they want to do something. You know, you need to stay in touch with your loved ones, friends, people, but you got to continue to do it at a distance. Even if you're going out for a walk, keep that that distance from other people, because the worst is yet to come. We're seeing it happening. So, with that being said, the big issue right now is to talk about what we're going to do with the school year.
Yeah,
I'm hearing it, and I'm suggesting it as well. I think we're finally getting to that point where we just need to finally just say, you know what, we need to suspend the school year. A lot of people are talking about the concerns of kids with graduation and everything else. Even if we do get past this peak period, there's still the downslope that people are going to be very uncomfortable with, and that's going to lead into May. So, I mean, let's just face the reality. More than likely, you're going to probably hear the governor come out and say the suspension of the school year, kids are going to move forward, graduate, and yeah, it does present some problems, but the reality is, I don't think anybody wants to put the kids back in school for this particular school year.
Yeah, Mark, whatever directive comes down from the governor's office, obviously our great ISD with Mike DeVault is not only going to ensure that each one of the districts around the community have the resources that they need, whether it's from an instructional standpoint or a food standpoint. We will respond accordingly. We have a great team that's coordinating on a day in, day out basis. And again, it's just ensuring that parents and children have that information and reassurance is what the next step is going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of uncertainties. I mean, let's face it, everything's going to be uncertain. It is right now. It's going to be uncertain even after we reach our peak and we finally get past this. When, we don't know, but the reality is things have changed. Things are going to continue to change in our life. Our lifestyle is going to change. But when it comes to the education, you can rest assured the ISD and our school superintendents here in Macomb County are trying to figure out not only deal with the complexity of this issue today, but even moving into the very next school year if and when that comes. So we trust what's going on with Mike DeVault and our school superintendents here in Macomb County. We've got an incredible school system here. General Motors, we talked about them the other day, what they're doing, the work that they're doing. If you will, the arsenal of democracy has become the arsenal of health. Why do I say that? Incredible work. General Motors, the tech center, trying to figure out how do they not only help figure out what we do with the ventilators, but in particular the masks. They have now worked with some of these other companies around Michigan to try to figure out how do they get these masks manufactured here in Macomb County and get them to those frontline personnel sooner than later. They're going to be well ahead of the time that they're talking about. In fact, they're talking about delivering the first 20,000 masks by April 8th, and they're going to be producing about 1.5 million a month. So credit to General Motors for turning that arsenal of democracy into the arsenal of health right now and being a part of the solution.
Yeah, Mark, it's been absolutely refreshing not only see how engaged General Motors has been since the uptake here, the arsenal of health, the suppliers coming to the table, again, those employees that are stepping up, coming into work in that critical infrastructure category to ensure that those individuals that are on the front lines get the personal protection equipment that they need and also any other resources.
Yeah, and John Blanchard, if you listen out there, you're the connection we're having with General Motors at the Tech Center right now. Credit to you keeping us informed so we can get that message out to people that are not only our healthcare workers, but those that are our frontline personnel that are going out there as first responders. So thanks for what you're doing, because that is the most critical need right now, along with the ventilators that the hospitals are looking for, that General Motors once again has stepped up to the plate to try to figure out how to resolve that issue. So again, we can't thank General Motors enough, as well as those folks that are helping make this a reality. When you talk about workers, the issue of dealing with social responsibility for each and every one of us, we still have people working in county government. There are going to be people still working in manufacturing, people working in the food industry, healthcare industry. What we're trying to get people to realize is, you know what? Before there's some kind of a mandate on behalf of the state requiring everybody, before they walk into a door to be tested and make sure they go through some type of a self-assessment, people need to be doing that right now. Make a self-assessment. I do it every day myself. I try to make a determination. You know, am I coughing? Do I have a fever? Is there some shortness of breath issue that I have? And I can tell, I know that right away, but I also take my temperature. I got a thermometer that I use. It's one of those new high-tech ones, just to try to make sure I test it in the morning and probably multiple times a day, even evening. But to force it upon a company or a business, that's going to be a difficult thing. So before that happens, take this into your own hands. Take this responsibility into your own hands and say, you know what, I need to self-assess so that I know for my own comfort, as well as making sure I'm protecting others from maybe passing this on to them. So,
absolutely, Mark. That personal responsibility is going to be critical to ensure that places like General Motors can make these masks. Also, we've taken drastic measures here with our Emergency Operations Center and also with departments throughout the county. Again, for whatever reason, if you need to engage the county, the best place to start is macombgov.org. Find that contact information, call us beforehand, send us an email, and we'll be able to scale up and make sure we can get you whatever you need on that.
And that's important. I mean, the whole macombgov.org, it's got plenty of information there on how to self-assess. So that is actually in the actual website itself available to you. So check it out, as well as opportunities to kind of once again help out with what we're doing with the business sector that's been challenged, as well as individuals that are running into problems right now with unemployment. So we have some connectivities there.
Mark, the connectivity that we have through Macomb Business, not only the Small Business Relief Fund, again, of nearly $1 million that's in play right now. If you're a local business that's out there that's been impacted by any of the executive orders, local restaurants, those service-based industries, those resources there, you can go online, you can apply, get it in by April the 3rd. We've got a great group of partners from the community college to the ISD, First State Bank, and our two largest chambers, Sterling Heights and Macomb Chamber, that have stepped up to support this endeavor. Local businesses, these resources are going to come directly to you in cash grants supported by the state of Michigan, facilitated by us. It's fantastic. Also on the Michigan Works side, obviously Macomb St. Clair Michigan Works, facilitating the support to connect to the state for the unemployment insurance. Those information and resources all available from macombgov.org, and we are here to support you in any way.
So we're going to continue to try to give you good information. Make sure you're connected with Macomb County through our website, but even through these videos to kind of give you those quick updates. We want to thank you once again for tuning in. Again, stay home, stay safe, save lives. There's a personal responsibility that you have to make sure that you're keeping that social distance. So continue to do so. There is, without question, a bigger issue coming our way, and we know that's a real issue. It's not something to ignore. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll update you again next time.
Thanks, folks.